Everything we've discussed so far, from the old characters returning to the setting of France to the giant robot, just has been proven. Now watch. So yes, this is in fact Moon. So if you guys notice, they actually went back from the order of the maps on Black Ops 1 and on World Wide War. So later on you'll see Shangri-La and then Ascension, and then after that Durice and Varug. And let me just say this now, so this is absolutely not a hint to a DLC 5. The purpose of this was to show them going back in time. So like DLC 4 is gonna be the first map in the zombies storyline in the timeline. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick, and this is no way a hint for the old maps to return. So now here's a frame probably everyone missed because it was like during the transition, and unless you use like an editing program to look through the video frame by frame, you wouldn't see it. But there will be more of these coming up, hinting towards Dr. Richtofen, and this looks like it's and Shinonuma in the doctor's quarters. So here's our first look at the equipment of the old crew. I'm not familiar with this, but here in this screenshot is Shangri-La. So here's our first old character, a younger looking Dempsey. And then after this, right here, is Ascension. And here another secret frame, but this one you can't really see much stuff going on here, but straight after that is Kino. So that's wrapping up the Black Ops maps. Then after this, later on, we'll see the World at War maps. Now here's Nikolai, now with a beard, looking much younger. And after this right here is Durice, and then another secret frame, this time being the most interesting of them all. And this shows a dead patient who is most likely experimented on by Richtofen. And if you guys knew in the storyline prior to the old crew, Richtofen experimented on all sorts of people to like try and test the effects of the new element, and unfortunately all of them died, including a Mexican, until Richtofen found the old crew who actually survived and like replaced them. But if you take a look at the crate near the bottom, it actually has a 935 logo on it, and right next to the corpse is a device that looks like it could be from the Wonder Waffle GG2 with the glass dial. So that's pretty interesting, maybe like a hint that it might be in DLC 4. But now here we have a shot of Takeyo's katana, and I knew it was him right away because it's like highly affiliated with Japan. And speaking of Japan, right after this shot you get Shinonuma, and that's set in Japan, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then right after goes to like Takeo, and he looks like really young and like it's just better looking. So now here's the second to the last map we'll see in this trailer, Varuk. And here we have the last secret frame, this time showing the right corner at the crates with the 935 logos and Richtofen's gloves on the operating table, and the brain is in the top crates. And this also gives us more insight to it also being Shinonuma in the doctor's quarters with the lamp and the fireflies around it. And when you put all the secret images together, it should look like this. And it really makes me wonder why they would like put this image as a secret image. Like, could it be referencing something or just like another mystery? Now here, finally, This shows Richtofen, possibly the new gun or another device in the holster, so I'm not too sure about that. But here is something actually really interesting. So Richtofen is actually carrying the 2 blood samples, a billion south, from Alcatraz when you look at the numbers, and this actually really intrigued me. So perhaps there's even like more mysteries I've yet to solve. So I'm not sure if it's like just a connection between Mob of the Dead and DLC 4 just because like the same team made it, or like if something's actually gonna really happen. So I'm really excited about that. So now here's our final map reference notch with the full moon, and then finally our last old crew member Richtofen looking just as young as the others. So this officially confirms the old crew returning, and many people are excited, and the new crew is dead and frozen in time and buried and are long gone, like just the community wanted. Now the best part, a look at northern France in the trenches during World War I. Zombies are on the spikes with barbed wire, and from the looks of it, Mob of the Dead, like it kind of looks like Mob of the Dead with that kind of gruesomeness. You can like definitely see those sort of elements mixed in here. And I have to say, I'm really excited for this map, and this looks like we'll also definitely be maneuvering around the trenches. So here's another not so clear shot of the trenches again, maybe even like a ladder you can see there to climb out of them. Now this officially confirms the giant robot. You're right, the multiplayer Master Prestige emblem that I once did a video on did help us know beforehand once we pieced everything together, but this now officially confirms it. So the robot actually was transported in time for Deriz to France, and it's right here, and this is how big it is. Now right before you get stumped, what looks like to be a plane is flying at the top right corner, which could be a reference again to Mob of the Dead, but it's highly unlikely because Alcatraz is in San Francisco and Les Tombeaux in France, so it might just be a World War I fighter plane, because I also remembered it from history too. Lily like had those exact same type of planes. But now, finally, the ending of the trailer with the origins decked out in the old Pack-a-Punch camo. I guess Pack-a-Punch will return along with that old Pack-a-Punch camo as well. But anyway guys, our information is officially proven correct. So a big thanks to Play the Game Central again for all of their insider information they shared with the community. And I really can't wait for this map. So be sure to subscribe for the latest DLC 4 news I will be covering. And comment below on what you think about all this. So peace.